is in the eye of the beholder. Arsenal, with their eye on shinier trophies, keep Kiev in mind and their superstars at home. County have no such continental concerns. The Pride Park perception is that here's a competition within their compass, a trip to Wembley, a route to Europe, so a full-strength side, albeit changed. Against the odds after getting hurt on Saturday, Jakob Larsson makes it, Igor Stimac doesn't play, Francesco Baiano is back at the expense of Paolo Wanchop, and Mark Paum, as he was in the last round, is given a run-out in goal. It's passé nowadays to be scandalised by Arsenal's League Cup lineup. This is simply an alternative first team. 6 of those 11 made their senior debuts at this stage of last year's competition, in which, despite or because of selection policy, they did reach the semi-final. The referee is Stephen Lodge from the Premiership and from Barnsley. 6 years ago to the day, these two met at the baseball ground in the third round of the League Cup. Arsenal went on to win both a replay and indeed the trophy itself for the second and most recent time. Of course, no provision for replays this time. It's a now or never night for all concerned. This is Burton, scorer against Manchester United on Saturday, and then to Rigo, and now Stefan Schnorr, the German. Larsson, who wasn't expected in tonight's lineup. Through to Sturridge. Back to Carsley. Not an unreasonable try from the Republic of Ireland international. A feisty game against Manchester United at the weekend. Jim Smith has stuck to the tried and trusted on the whole. 26 years in English club management this week. Morte, Ray. Vivas, bit of space. Dorigo's closed it down. Mendes in field. Mendes away from one. His shots. Alberto Mendes, who scored his one and only Arsenal goal at this stage of this competition against Birmingham last October. For Dorigo possibly to overlap now. Vivas prevented him from so doing, and fed Ljungberg, and Mendes is in the middle, and Ray's arriving, and Bournemouth is there as well, and Ljungberg kept going, and Schnorr resorted to the most vulgar way of stopping him, and Stephen Lodge has gone to his book. And this is why Stefan Schnorr is becoming his first entry. Hughes, the senior man, over the free kick. Mendes alongside as well. Going to be Hughes to whip it in. Required extravagant swing. Stephen Hughes has been quoted frequently recently as being a little more insistent with his manager over first-team opportunities, and nights like these are massive opportunities for the likes of him. Baiano, clever ball, Burton. Got away from Bronda. It's Burton into the penalty area. It's Sturridge. Up in the air by Vivas. Ljungberg going back. Baiano retrieving for Derby. And Remy Gard to safety, captain on the night. With the advantage of height over Ray and heading it against the Arsenal striker before it went into touch. Derby's throw. Schnorr. Burton's onside. Sturridge is arriving. Manager's in charge, as he will have to be. And there's Gard. Mendes has kept on going. Hughes for Ljungberg. Chance for Hughes. Deflection on the way through. It's an Arsenal corner. Christopher Ray did terrifically well to hold off the attentions of Spencer Pryor and to afford Hughes that shooting opportunity. Grimandi is one of those forward from centre-back in the territory traditionally occupied by the likes of Keown and Adams. Talk about a second team, but there is a player who cost Arsenal the best part of £3 million from Sporting Lisbon. Ljungberg. And again the sweep, with Hughes in support. And Boamorte turning, and Ray in front, and Ljungberg wide, and Hughes behind, and Remy Gard. The lapsman's kick, Schnorr's header. Perhaps relieved partial clearance, Remy Gard. Ray. Away from Pryor. And still Christopher Ray. And Hughes. He's been pivotal early on, scored a fantastic goal in the East Midlands against Leicester in the Premiership last month. From rather greater range than that. Boamorte again with the corner, and Paul didn't come, and Arsenal have the lead. And when Boamorte flung it in, Lee Carsley's was the touch, which caused Derby go behind. Bayano. And Powell's second to it. And Ray has brought it away, and Boamorte steaming forward, and Hughes has found it. It's Lewis Boamorte, it's 3 against 3. Boamorte. It's Ray at the near post. It's danger for Derby, it's Mendes. Ray competing at the near post for it, Mendes swivelling and shooting. Dorigo long, Sturridge onside, it's Dean Sturridge! It was Derby County's best chance of the evening. Ljungberg. Gard. Ray. He's a big fella and strong and had to do. It's a first half memorable for one own goal, which he, Lee Carsley, will want to forget. Heading in as he did beyond his statuesque goalkeeper Mark Horn to establish a lead that Arsenal probably probably deservedly half-time break. You can have no complaint about the 11 that Arsene Wenger has fielded, because at half-time they lead at Pride Park. It's Derby 0, Arsenal 1. Since beating Manchester City in round 2 of the League Cup, Derby have failed to win any of 4 Premiership games. They've slipped from being potential leaders into 11th place. And this match represents a grand opportunity for morale restoration. Card making the second half's first clearance. Tony Dorigo with the resultant throw. Bayana. Powell. Powell's cross. Burton at the back post. That's Delap. Awkward one for Grimondi. Did well to get it away. And then Powell totally missed his kick. An immensely youthful Arsenal bench. The oldest substitute is 20. There's a 17, 2 18s and a 19. Ljungberg's ball in, Vivas competing. Chance for Boamorti, flags up. Darryl Powell. Nice for Burton, for Carsley. Dorigo is the frequent outlet, a willing one. Bayano, Francesco Bayano, Carsley, Delap, onside, chance for Rory Delap, and Bayano is going to look up and see that the flag on the near side is upraised. Carsley's ball was a good, well-timed one. When Delap's was made, however, Bayano had got in a position rather too advanced. And that'll further test Jim Smith's patience. There's a feeling of impatience inside the ground now. Boamorti, Ray, Rondin. Mendes again with the call. Poor mistake, and Arsenal are 2 to the good. And for the first time in his gunner's career, it's Nelson Vivas. Horn's indecision from this Mendes corner again found him in no man's land. Vivas had acreage all to himself. And the Argentine is off his Arsenal mark. Well, now Derby really have it to do. Powell. Bayano. Vivas has slipped. Bayano has it. Carsley. It's Lee Carsley's shots. There was sufficient ferocity behind Lee Carsley's right boot that Alex Manninger did well to cling on. But Bayano, Carsley, Sturridge. And he's got it back, it's Dean Sturridge. And Vivas' scorer at one end is saviour at the other. The right full-back became the last line of defence by Manninger, and his presence was key. Bayano's ball in. Ultimate shot from Delap. Powell. Dorigo. There's space for a turning circle. Yumba. Two in front of him. Ray's offside. Dorigo for Schnorr. Powell. Delap and Carsley. Got to find a way through soon. Harper. One shot. Harper. One shot wants it back. Harper delayed the pass. Still got the ball in towards Sturridge. Well, they haven't had many sniffs at goal, Derby County, on the night. Kevin Harper created half a sight for Dean Sturridge. And as a result of that, they have a corner. Elliott's forward. Harper's ball in. Clearance as far as Darryl Powell. Oh, hit the post. Harper. 2-1. Dean Sturridge has salvaged some hope for Derby County. They have 7.5 minutes to convert it now into extra time. Powell's original shot hit centre stump. Sturridge did just a little better. Harper's made quite a difference, creating extra width down the right. And it's Dean Sturridge's second goal of the season. This is the point at which he really has to have belief in his young boys. Arsene Wenger, he threw them out there believing in them. They have done a fine job so far, but they have some hanging on to do. Delap's ball in, one chop up there. Tony Dorigo. Manninger came and then changed his mind. Men going down in the box, Schnorr has won it. And then fed it out to Ray. And now God is all alone, and Mendes in the middle. And this is Luis Bermorte. Ljungberg. Guard. Stephen Hughes, he'll fancy a crack. Crow. Ljungberg. Remigard, good ball. Bermorte's onside this time. Mendes through the middle. It's Luis Bermorte. Oh, half a yard away from Ray. He's a Wrigley customer and nearly made it count. For Derby, it's a disappointing night in the Derbyshire drizzle. He was at the centre of their first major setback. An own goal before half-time. Nelson Vivas with a header just after the break made it 2-0 for Arsenal. And though Dean Sturridge did afford them some hope with a header of his own 10 minutes from time, there was ultimately no way back for Derby County. Final score at Pride Park, Derby County 1, Arsenal 2.
It is not a reserve side, it's we are all members of the squad, and I put out the team who I thought had a chance to win it. Of course, against a team of Derby, it's always difficult to come here and win, but I think we played some exciting football.
It was certainly the worst performance we've had in the Premier League, you know, at home. And you know, and having said that, I wouldn't want to take the credit away from the Arsenal performance, because once they smelt the game in that sense. They knocked it around very well and played some very good football, but we were never at the races in the first half.
We did a lot of work in the last 2 years to get some young players ready to come into the first team, and tonight we could see that they improved a lot, and I hope that the result tonight will give him a lot of confidence.
It doesn't matter what team they turn out, there's a fair smashing of internationals. Somebody actually said it were 9, I don't know about that, but they've all played at a high level, so I mean coming here, it's not when we put in a reserve team which phases them. They've all played at the highest level and enjoyed playing out there.
For me, it's not a big difference today in a team like Arsenal, I would say, between the players who play regularly. They have to push them, those who play tonight, and I think a lot of them can have a chance in the top team on a regular basis. And I think the gap between the players has been reduced because they have developed very well, and there is competition everywhere inside the club and between the clubs. So I think the competition inside the club has to be hard as well.
Arsenal reserves, albeit a £10 million worth, but a deserving win, Alan.
Well, yeah, I think they, as Jim said there, they played ever so well first half and got themselves in the lead and hanged on to it near the end there, but deserved their win. Strength
of the Arsenal squad is showing, and so many youngsters as well, which you were pointing out.
It's quite frightening, really. I think for us Premiership managers looking around, but you know, a couple of the clubs already this evening we've seen have shown the strength of their squad, and I think Arsenal have shown it there, albeit that they've not played too many games together, and I think, as Jimmy said, few internationals there anyway, but lots of pace, lots of ability.
One of those is Fredrik Ljungberg. I mean, he's one of two that latest signings, as it were, by Wenger. Sweden, England, this is where we first saw him.
Yeah, I think that one of the ingredients that Arsene Wenger looks at when he's buying players for Arsenal is the pace. I think they like to break quickly, and he's certainly got lots of it. And
he's always, as soon as he gets it, he always goes forward, Alan, doesn't he?
Well, they're quite direct, Arsenal.
This is tonight.
Yeah. Once again, when they pick it up deep, Arsenal, they can break very quickly, and the counter-attacking style is something which they've used to their advantage, and he certainly can counter-attack, and as he's shown there, you know, the only way they can stop him was by bringing him down.
And a young player again.
Yeah, as I say, I think that must be a policy of the Arsenal, that when they buy anyone, they've got to be a certain age, and they've got to have certain requirements, and certainly pace is one of them.
The Argentinian, Nelson Vivas, that was his first goal for the club.
Yeah.
And he's another good example, isn't it, really?
I think Arsenal was saying there that they're not far away from the first team. I think that the first team boys, if you like, that wasn't playing here tonight, would look at this result and think, well, yeah, we've got some pressure on us now. And I should imagine they'll be there tomorrow morning, clapping them all in. You know, they've done great for the club.
Do you have a view on clubs like Arsenal and Manchester United fielding reserved sides in this competition?
Well, I think that it's a good chance and a good opportunity for the bigger clubs to give some of their reserve team players, if you like, a game. But how else are they going to play them, you think? But the results have gone from. And as we've seen in the games tonight, the reserve players that have come in have all performed brilliantly, even Vialli.
Yeah, two English in the Arsenal team tonight, 2 English players only, 9 foreigners. Now that to me is a worry for the future of our young players.
I think that's a worry that everyone carries on with them. I think even Arsene Wenger has said that, you know, that perhaps there is too many foreign players playing at the moment.
Demoralise the young players of England.
Well, it is if the only chance they're going to get to play is perhaps in Worthington Cup ties and when the teams are depleted or whatever. And they're finding it tough to break through. And I think that the pressure on every Premiership manager is making it that much more difficult as well, you know, to put youngsters in.
Thanks, Alan. Well, it'll be a very different-looking Arsenal side, which we'll see next Wednesday here on Carlton. The Gunners face a daunting Champions League game away to the very impressive Ukrainians Dynamo Kiev. Our programme begins at 7:30. Right now, though, we're off to a venue somewhat closer to home.